Definitely AI. Definitely the different tools that are coming with AI, especially the video capability. I mean, I think, again, we've prioritized video storytelling or video as a tool for storytelling. And now being able to do so much more with AI. I mean, we've factored it into our brand campaign last year, and it was very effective and got us to be able to do things. I'll give you an example. So, our environment business, the core of it is waste management and recycling. So waste management by no means is visually an attractive thing to show on video, right? You're looking at recycling bins, you're looking at collection vehicles, even recycling plants are very industrial. It never translates really well on camera, no matter what equipment you have, no matter what kind of, let's say, directors you have. Um, so AI was actually able to help us clean that up a little bit. So to where we know, for instance, a lot of what we're doing is high tech, but you can't see that on camera. It's hard to kind of get that point across. So a lot of the new AI video tools helped us do that in a way where it's not gimmicky. I think when we tested AI at first, it was looking gimmicky and it didn't look seamless. Now the technology is developed to the point where it can look seamless and it can look like you can do a great job of filming and using the AI tools with what you're shooting on camera to come up with something that's really visually impressive, can get what you're trying to communicate across visually as much as sort of through the narrative. So AI by far is obviously like mastering that and being open to adopting that and finding the ways to adopting it without being lacking that sort of human touch. So if you can now kind of tell when you're on LinkedIn and you can see a post that's written by you can tell what's written by AI versus what's written by a human. And there's nothing wrong with a human post that's augmented by AI or improved by AI. I think AI has been a great tool for enhancing everyone's communication skills. I've seen that within our organization, so everyone's a lot more eloquent now. But you can also tell who's you know used AI in a lazy way versus who's used AI in an intentional way to be able to enhance their communication. So those are definitely, how you incorporate AI, but still keep the human touch, how you incorporate AI to, create things that are still even more effective than anything we've been able to create before. So up to that point last year when we were really being more clear with our brand campaign about the new focus areas we were in. And some of those being real estate and healthcare, unlike our previous businesses, which are more B2B, real estate, you're talking to investors and end users who are buying, real estate units. So we had to become very quickly a B2C brand and be able to kind of communicate that way. Healthcare, same thing. Healthcare, we're building a hospital and that's coming next. So in terms of our brand campaign, really focused on being able to kind of change people's perception of us as purely an environmental company into also now being a B2C real estate brand in a very cluttered market. So when we developed that campaign, it was the first time we had actually decided the year before that we would test our perception to see what it would be like before the campaign, almost a year before the campaign, to 6 months after the campaign, and check the difference. And the difference was insane. Like it made a huge difference between we were primarily known as a waste management company, literally so we're talking 2025. So we did this in 2024. A year later, fast forward a year later, towards the end of 2025, we're monitoring, and that indicator had gone down from a waste management company and into a diversified holding group with different areas. People have understood that almost 40% better compared to the previous year. And that's a drastic jump from one campaign. You don't usually, and it's not like we have those kind of budgets that are going to like blast the media. But it was just through the effectiveness of that campaign, which again, we used a lot of AI for, because it was able to relay that message that I was telling you about in an effective way. Being able to use that in a brand film that talked about our different focus areas, talked about our real estate development. Again, we were able to show real estate development that's only hasn't been built yet, but visually we could show that in a much more effective way with AI. So this was the first example of us really adopting AI in a strategic way for a campaign that was strategically like curated or crafted to change a perception and created that effect. So we were very pleasantly surprised with those results, and that's made us now much more data centric as far as now making that brand assessment study an annual one, and keep monitoring our perception along those different objectives.